What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, where today I'm going to be doing one of my favorite things that I have not done in a minute. I used to make tier maker videos all the time, so I'm back doing it. I haven't done this in a long time. I love making tier maker videos. Today we are making a tier list of football movies, American football movies, so no football, soccer movies, sorry. American football. From S all the way to F, we gotta add an F in there. Add a row. Oh, I meant to put below, but it is what it is. Make that D, and make this F. All right, and now, guys, I made this one myself. This isn't made by some random person. So this has football movies that I have seen. Now, if you have a football movie that you'd like to comment down below that is not in this video, go ahead and let me know down below. I do hit a lot of big ones, but there are quite a few that I haven't seen. So yeah, I mean, like Varsity Blues isn't in there. What else is it? When the Game Stands Still is not in there. A couple other big ones that just are not in my mind right now, but let's go ahead and start out with telling you guys how this works. So S all the way down to F. So S, A, B, C, D, and F. S tier is the best there is, the best there ever will be. And then of course, as we go down, the greatness of this quality of film, it lowers and lowers all the way to F, which is, I hope to God I never have to watch this movie again. So let's go ahead and get started with 80 for Brady. This is a comedy movie. It's a good time. It's not anything over the top spectacular. It's based on a true story, which is cool. I'm gonna throw 80 for Brady in the B tier. It's not technically a football movie. It's not about guys playing football, but it is very much football oriented. So we're going to throw that in B tier. It's a good time. It's not a great movie, though. Air Bud the Golden Receiver. Guys, this is F tier. Air Bud Golden Receiver is not a good movie. Let's be honest. No Air Bud movie is incredible. We all love the original Air Bud because it's Air Bud, man. Right? I mean, Air Bud is the GOAT. All right, but he's not. Those movies aren't that great. And when it comes to football movies, nobody thinks Air Bud Golden Receiver. So, F tier. I have watched you twice in my life, and that is one times too many. I give every movie one chance, but the fact that I've watched it twice blows my mind. Up next, we've got American Underdog, which is the story about Kurt Russell. Yes. The story about the obviously incredible quarterback, Kurt Russell. Kurt Warner, which is he's a fantastic quarterback for the Rams and the Cardinals. This is a good movie. It's not a movie I immediately think about, and for that reason, I'm going to put it in B tier. But before 80 for Brady, this movie, it talks about how Kurt Warner, became big in football, how he didn't immediately go to the NFL, and how much it was really a struggle for him. And it is a great film, but because it's not something I immediately think of when I think of a football movie, it's just not in there. It's not in A tier, it's not in S tier, and who knows, 20 years from now, maybe it moves its way up because it's considered more of a classic. But there are too many movies in this list that I love too much more. Up next, we have Blue Mountain State, The Rise of Thadland. If you've ever seen the TV show Blue Mountain State, it is an incredible football TV show. There were 3 seasons of it. It's vulgar. It's college football, all right? It is incredible. It's at a party school. This movie, the TV show was insanely fantastic, but this movie, it's C tier. This movie doesn't do it for me. It's a fun time. I'm glad that, they made it, but it was a one-time thing. It's not something I care to watch. Too much time had passed by the time this movie got made. At least in my opinion, it is what it is, you know? Up next, we have Brian's Song, which if you've not seen Brian's Song, it's a TV movie, James Caan, Billy D. Williams. If you've never seen it, it's about Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers, who are the first white and black football players to ever bunk with one another. So that's super important in like the history of football. It was the coming together of two different races and how they are together with one another. And it showed how Gale Sayers got injured and Brian Piccolo brought him back to football, brought him back into the NFL, would not let his teammate and his friend fizzle out like so many big stars do in the league. And then, of course, Brian Piccolo gets cancer and ends up having to deal with that. This movie is, in my opinion, A tier. It is a TV movie from the 70s. It is a little schlocky here and there, but a great cast, good acting. The story is incredible, and I would not mind seeing this as a full feature-length film. They did remake this, I think in the early 2000s, and I didn't see it. I don't care to see it. This is my version. Up next, we have Draft Day, which, yeah, we're putting it in C tier. Behind Blue Mountain State, Rise of Thadland. I just don't care for it. It's Kevin Costner and Jennifer Garner, and it's just, I don't care for it. There's no football to be had. It's all about, you know, the manager and how, you know, he works deals out and gets trades and to make the best team, and it's just, I don't know, it's not something I care about all too much. Facing the Giants, this movie, a lot of people love this movie, and I don't know, maybe I have to rewatch it. I've watched it about 3 or 4 times, and I just can't get into it anytime I watch it. I'm gonna throw this one in C tier as well. I'm gonna throw it in front of both other movies, though, because it's not a bad movie. It's just, I don't know, it's just not my favorite. Up next, we have Greater. This movie is, seriously, the acting's a little shoddy here and there, but I love this movie. I love Greater, and I think that it deserves top of B tier. This movie is about an actual football player. It's based on a true story, and I can't remember his name right now, and I feel so bad, but he was a walk-on at college, and he was like, I'm going to play for this school. I'm going to. And no matter what, like, I'm getting there. And I believe it started with a B, his name. But he ends up, you know, proving all the haters wrong. He gets a starting job at college football, and then he gets drafted into the NFL, and it ends up suffering an awful fate where he dies in a car crash a little bit before his first NFL game. This movie is about him and his, you know, being a walk-on and all that. This movie, it's a great movie, phenomenal movie. Up next is Home Team, which is the movie about Sean Payton, the year that he got banned from the NFL and went to coach his son's team. Yeah, this movie is C tier. We're putting it at the bottom of C tier. I don't, you know what? Yeah, bottom of C tier. We'll leave it there. I just don't care for it. Yeah, Kevin James should just go back to being Paul Blart. Invincible with Mark Wahlberg. This is about Vince Papale, the Philadelphia Eagles defensive player. This movie's S tier for me. Growing up as an Eagles fan, Invincible is one of those movies that I would watch all the time. Mark Wahlberg does phenomenal. I love seeing the Kelly Green. It's wonderful. This is just a movie I grew up with, knowing that I was an Eagles fan. It was just about an Eagles player. It deserves all the props that it gets. Up next is Little Giants. Again, this is S tier. This is an S tier movie in front of Invincible. Could you imagine an Eagles fan loving Invincible, but then putting a movie with the Eagles' biggest rivals, the Giants, ahead of it in S tier? That's crazy. But Little Giants is literally one of my favorite football movies of all time. It has Rick Moranis and Ed O'Neill, and it is just insanely fantastic. It's a comedy movie where two brothers, one of which was in the NFL as a Dallas Cowboy, the other his little brother who never made it anywhere really, and how they coach retrospective football teams in their own hometown, and in the end they find out they can't have two teams, they have to have one. One of them is the little Cowboys, and they are this big monster of a team, and then there's the Little Giants, who is a bunch of ragtag, they didn't get the chance to be on the Cowboys football team kind of kids. And it's a fantastic comedy. I love it. It's heartwarming. Growing up with it, I am so happy I was able to. Up next, Remember the Titans. Guys, we have so many bangers in a row. S tier. Remember the Titans is S tier in front of Little Giants. How many movies can you look at right in a row and say they're S tier, and then keep putting one movie in front of the last one? 3 times in a row, I put a movie in S tier. Remember the Titans is like the end-all, be-all for football movies. There will not be another football movie better than Remember the Titans. It is fantastic. Up next, we have Rudy. Rudy is an incredible movie. We're putting it in A tier in front of Brian's song. Rudy is fantastic. If you've never seen Rudy, go ahead and watch it. It is about, you know, a small, he's a small guy. He's what, 5'8"? He's like my height. He's a little shorter than me. You know, he'll never make it in football. He's told, you'll never make it, Rudy. You'll never go to Notre Dame. You'll never make it. And he gets there, and he gets to play. And it's like, you know, he gets cheered off the football field. Rudy, Rudy. To live that dream. He doesn't win a Super Bowl, but he gets to do what he wants to do. It's just fantastic. Up next, we have a movie I saw one time. It's called Safety. And guys, I don't remember a damn thing about it. We're putting this in D tier. I genuinely cannot remember a thing about this movie. Disney Plus released it a couple years ago, I believe in 2020, and has removed it from its service. So thank you, Disney, for deleting movies from history, you scumbags. I wanted to go watch this again for this video, and I couldn't. Up next, we have The Blind Side, guys. We're going back to S tier. We are going back to S tier. The Blind Side is second place to Remember the Titans. This movie, when this movie came out in 2009. I was 10 years old when this movie came out. It's about Michael Orr, the left tackle from the Baltimore Ravens, and then he went to play for the Carolina Panthers. I don't know if he played anywhere else, but this is about his life and what happened and how, you know, he was adopted by the Toohey family. And of course, since this movie's released, there's been a ton of legal battles where this stuff never really happened. The Tooheys took advantage of them. I don't care. The movie was great. Leave it at that. The movie is S tier. I don't care about what happened in real life. The movie makes me happy, okay? Up next, we have The Game Plan, which is a Walt Disney movie from 2007 with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. It's one of his first ones. And who is this? Madison Pettis is the little girl. This movie is a fun time. It's more, you know, about a father who doesn't want to be a father, finding out he's a father. And he just so happens to play for an arena football team. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in B tier, in front of 80 for Brady, just because it's a good time. I have fond memories watching it, but it's not necessarily a big football movie. Up next, we have The Longest Yard. This is the reboot with Adam Sandler. I've never seen the original Longest Yard. I'm sorry, okay? But we have seen this one, and I love this one. It's an A-tier movie. We're going to put it in A-tier behind Brian's song. I love this movie so much. There's a bunch of, you know, great comedy scenes. Brucey, you know, my man Brucey is in this movie. There's some, you know, WWE wrestlers from back in the day, like, who's in it? Stone Cold, Goldberg, The Great Khali. There's some great stuff in there. This movie is genuinely great. I love it. Up next, we've got The Long Shots, I stuttered over my words, which is Ice Cube and Keke Palmer. I didn't know this movie existed for the longest time. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It's a good movie, actually. Like, it's not over the top incredible, but it's not a bad movie. When I first saw the cover, I thought it was about basketball, because they're wearing orange and the logo is orange and basketballs are orange, but it's a football movie. It's about a uncle and a niece who she wants to play football, and damn it, her uncle's gonna let her. He, you know, decides to help out and coach, and it's a good time. It's not anything incredible, but it's a good time. I'm gonna put The Long Shots at the top of C, because unlike Facing the Giants, I enjoyed The Long Shots. Facing the Giants just always gets me, I don't know, it's just a weird movie. I don't love it. Down to 2 movies. We're gonna go with The Waterboy, which is an Adam Sandler movie as well. Guys, this movie, I enjoy this movie, but oh my god, rewatching it, it has aged so badly over the years. So badly. I'm gonna put this one in C tier. Yeah, top of C tier. Guys, The Waterboy is not as great as you remember it. Go watch it. I don't care if I get hate for it. And then we have We Are Marshall, which is a good movie. I'm gonna put it in B tier. We're gonna go ahead and put it in front of the Game Plan, behind American Underdog. It's not anything over the top for me, but it's a good time. Other than this, I have not seen a football movie that is not on this list. This is every football movie that I could think of that I have seen. So if you say something in the comment section and I ended up being like, oh shit, I did see that movie, I'll tell you what I would rank it. But yeah, that's it, guys. There's quite a few big ones that I haven't watched, and I'll get to them eventually, you know? I just haven't gotten there yet, so I added the ones that I have seen. Let me know what you guys think of my ranking process. What is your favorite football movie of all time? Is it Remember the Titans? And is your least favorite Air Bud Golden Receiver? Or am I just, you know, a jerk for even having that in here? Who knows? But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's ranking video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe for more content just like this, I haven't done a tier video in a long time, but I had fun doing this, so why not do some more? And if you have any ideas on what kind of tier maker videos you'd like to see, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll take everybody's comment into consideration. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.